All right, thank you for everyone in attendance tonight for the Talking Cardboard live show. Now, many of you probably are mostly here for the raffle drawing, which will commence immediately. First, big thank you to the donors of the prizes tonight, including Stoneblade Entertainment, Games by James, Leader Games, and then Ryan at the end here is the craftsman who designed this fabulous custom Talking Cardboard dice tray. So with that said, we'll go ahead and start with the dice tray. And first number is 953090. Really? We already have one. All right, thank you. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Congratulations. Okay, next ticket for a $20 gift card to Games by James, which has several locations throughout the Twin Cities, a very great selection of games in each of those stores. That winning ticket is 953164. Yay, we have a winner! Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Impressive that they're all popping up.
Next, we'll do a copy of the two-player starter set of Soulcore Fusion.
Yep.
And courtesy of Stoneblade Entertainment. So that winner is 953163. Wow!
And I keep going like this.
Now, last but not least, the brand new copy of Root, courtesy of Leader Games. Cole Worley himself was actually gracing us with his presence yesterday, so very proud to have this to give away to one of you lucky audience members. The winning number is 953127. 127. Congratulations. So this concludes tonight's drawing. For those of you that did not win tonight, we will be drawing again at 6 p.m. tomorrow, and we're keeping all tickets in the boxes you see here. With that said, we now are going to move into our live show. So everyone here is welcome to stay and watch the shenanigans that are about to occur. We practiced this many times throughout the week, so it's going to go flawless. So with that said, let's get into the Talking Cardboard live show, starting with who are we, what do we do, and for that I'll pass this over to Corey.
Yeah, hey everyone. We are Talking Cardboard, a group of friends that started a YouTube channel going on, about 4 years now. And we make YouTube content. We have Twitter accounts. What else we got going on? TikTok. Nick runs the TikTok side of things. And we just love to play board games. We obviously noticed a lot of YouTube creators out there that do what we do, like top 10s, top 5 lists, game reviews, live playthroughs and things like that, but we didn't notice a whole lot from Minnesota. So we wanted to bring it more local, wanted to build the community. This is kind of, I wouldn't say our end game goal is to have our own space to really dedicate and really grow the community here, but this is one of our jumping off points that we really wanted to get started. This is our second year here at Con of the North. Hope to continue that and also get into other conventions as well. So Nick put on a live show at 2D Con this year. We've been looking at Convergence and other conventions as well that are both local and maybe branching out a little bit here in the near future too. So that's pretty much who we are.
And with that said, kind of continuing, one thing that we want to establish more is a physical presence. So as Corey mentioned, second year here at Con of the North. Also, we're at 2D Con in 2023. Potentially we'll try to be at Convergence later this year in July. And then also present at a lot of other board game related events such as board game markets in the Twin Cities area, and also trying our best to work with local publishing companies to promote their board games, since there's a lot of great publishing companies like the ones that donated prizes, such as a Floodgate, Adam's Apple Games, Leader Games, so plenty more than that. So with that said, I'll give this over to John to talk about our Extra Life work.
Yeah, so that's John.
What a great photo.
Yeah, great. Looks like I'm talking. But anyway, Extra Life, for those of you that don't know, is a charity organization that helps raise money for Children's Hospitals of Minnesota. It's created by gamers, for gamers to participate in. We have done this now for the last 5 years. I've been just running it out of my basement, and we live stream it. And we try to raise money for the St. Paul Children's Hospital. It's a great time. We've done a couple 24-hour marathons.
Yep.
As we've gotten older, those have turned into like 18 or 16-hour marathons. But this last year, we did manage 25 hours, so that was great. I felt like death after, but 100% worth it. We raised, I think, the last 2 years, $2,000 each year. We're continued trying to exceed that goal each year.
Yeah. So one of the partners with us this year with Talking Cardboard is Stoneblade Entertainment. That is the publisher of Soulforge Fusion. You see that we got some of the big banners out. I recently got a job working for them because I got so involved in the community from just kind of a groundswell standpoint. And really partnering with Talking Cardboard is it's elevated everybody's game. So I also have a podcast, the Charge Plated Podcast, which is specific to Soulforge Fusion, and it's again, like what our mission is growing the community, connecting. That's what that podcast is, specifically for Soulforge Fusion. We have had a bunch of events that have been going on here this weekend. I'm also then trying to get more of a Soulforge presence on the larger scale. And we have a Set 3 release event coming up at the end of April that is going to be really cool. We're flying in developers and really trying to get this game more into the hands of a lot of people, which is part of why it's been part of the raffle here this weekend.
Great, thanks George, and then Ryan.
Yeah, wild card.
All right.
Yeah, I guess I've never. I was at Con one day last year, so this is kind of my more extended weekend, but it's been outstanding. I never GM'd a game before. I've done 2 this weekend. They were awesome. I don't know if I think one guy was here that we played with. Yeah, it's great. Everybody had a lot of fun. It's fun to teach. It's fun to play. It's fun to like get out and meet everybody. And we're doing this madness bracket, and it's awesome to see like the games that people like, the games that people don't like. It's just been really cool and really great experience. So thanks everyone for coming, and it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We'll now transition to a little bit about each of us individually in terms of what got us into the hobby and what kind of games we personally really are into. So for myself, I'm this guy, by the way. I really got into the hobby when I was probably 10 or 11. The one game that I remember vividly was playing B-17, Queen of the Skies, which is an old Avalon Hill game, I believe from the 80s, that I came across in a store called Phoenix Games, which used to be in Minneapolis. So after playing that game, it's basically a dice simulation game where you're just rolling dice and referencing charts to see how successful you are during a mission as a B-17 bomber during World War II, but it just really opened me up to a lot of interesting elements of board games I'd never seen before. Fast forward to today, I now have too many games in my collection, and too many of those still in shrink wrap, but most of them are war games or Ameritrash type games. I like dungeon crawlers, I like rolling a lot of dice and getting hits, and I also really like cooperative games. I really like playing as a team. And yeah, so that's kind of this my main types of games that I'm playing. So with that, I'll pass it over here to Corey.
Yeah, so as you can see, it is my birthday today. I am turning the young age of 35. I got into board gaming. I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. A little bit more non-traditionally. I did not grow up in a gaming family at all. My parents didn't game. None of my brothers, everyone was into video games, but nothing to do with card games, trick-taking, none of that. It was more of college when I was discovering, hey, there's games at Target, just the standard Monopoly draw and things like that I really thought it was just something different from, the Monopolies and the Saris and things like that. And I was just like, there is something more out there. So that's when I kind of went on the wild goose hunt to try to find other games like it. And I just bought everything off the shelves at Target, and eventually it expanded into finding a local game store down in Mankato, where I went to college, and stumbled across Munchkin and Dominion and Stone Age. I just started, everything kind of exploded from there. And nowadays I'm just into worker placement, deck building, anything like heavy Euro related pretty much. So not as much on the luck side or the American style or as much of the war games like Nick here, but anything Euro related and strategy related is what I was drawn to. So that's for me.
Wait. Okay. But then why do you say every time when you lose that it was because of luck? Like, every time you lose, it's all because of luck.
No, I don't lose very often. When I do, it's because of luck. But yeah, short and sweet. That's me in a nutshell. So.
Yeah, and once again, I'm John. I didn't grow up per se in a gaming family either. However, I did have a set of grandparents that we would take RV trips with them in the summer, and they would bring Risk and they would play with us, and that's kind of where my hobby started. We also had some neighborhood friends that played some of the more basic games when we were young, other than Rail Baron, that's pretty niche, but Millborn, things like that. And then from there, got into Magic really heavily and more card games past that until meeting Corey and realizing there's this whole world of board games, and from there it's just kind of ballooned out of control. So play a lot of different games. I really like deck building games and tile placement games, so some of the games I really like are Dune Imperium and Queen Domino, something really easy and simple to get to the table, and I've brought that to a lot of friends and coworkers, and just been something I can share with them and get them involved in the hobby.
Like any good Minnesotan, I learned how to play cribbage before I could walk, or at least that's what I joke, but I definitely could play cribbage before I could ride a bike. And I learned when I was like 30. Yeah, so I can ride a bike, yeah. But playing cribbage with a big family that played a lot of those card games. I also played a lot of like Pokemon against my siblings till I was too good for them, and then they would complain to mom. And I'd play Millborns too, and my mom would never let me win, so I had to wait like 20 some odd years to find a group of people who'd let me win playing board games. So I got them now, and I like a lot of card games, a lot of games where you've got probability and different kind of game theory strategies that you can play into it, because I love diving deep. As a former high school math teacher, I geek out about the numbers. So anything that gets me thinking and really analyzing strategies, that's what I jam out on.
Yeah, I'm Ryan. Mostly grew up playing standard card games like cribbage or junk games like, Life, Monopoly, whatever was out then. And then didn't really play much board games at all until I was visiting some friends near Chicago, and we were in a comic book shop and came across Lords of Waterdeep and thought the box looked kind of cool, and then watched Will Wheaton's tabletop episode on it, and we're like, yeah, this game does seem really cool, so about that, and that's where I am today. Yeah, engine builders and card games, probably my favorite.
And to reiterate, it's Corey's birthday today.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
You made it.
Yeah, I made it.
All right, so next we'll talk about, a lot of you have already been doing this bracket, so but you may not quite understand exactly what this bracket is, and to explain the intricate nuances and details of this, I'll pass it over to John.
All right, I am the semi-creator of this idea. I probably don't even know exactly how it's going to shape out, but it is the Talking Cardboard Board Game Championship, and this is the bracket for it. A couple of us were just sitting around one night talking about March Madness, and we're like, hey, wouldn't this be cool to merge with our board game group? And so we birthed a 64 game bracket that is split into 8 different categories of games, which you can see on here. We just thought it would be cool to have people vote on those games until 8 games remain, which we will then take, because why not copy another great idea, the World Series of Board Gaming. So we're going to have a Talking Cardboard Championship series with the 8 games that survive the bracket pools. And then from there, we will play those games live, and depending on how people do and the winners of those games, points will be assigned, which won't make any sense, I'm sure, because I'm going to come up with them. And yeah, we'll have a small trophy or celebration for the winner of our championship series at the end of the year, and that's what's in my head at least, so hopefully it actually plays out that way.
And the player who takes last gets kicked out of the group.
No, can never play board games again, you're exiled. Yeah, that's going to be the rule. Yeah. Thank you very much for filling out all these brackets.
Yeah,
this is going to give me so much data and more than I thought I'd get, so I really appreciate people taking the time to do that.
All right, next we'll transition to an initials game, and is there 4 people that are interested in playing the initials game?
Applause for the volunteers.
Good luck.
So the initials game, it's really simple. The initials for this game are going to be TC. So all of the answers are going to be 2-word answers where they start with TC. So Ryan's going to go piece by piece. When you think you know the answer, you just shout out your name. Your name is your buzzer. Then if you get it right, then you get the point. If you get it wrong, you're just out for that singular item. All right, and they all share those same initials of T. C. You have to pronounce it as best you can, pretty close to it being correct. Yep, and then let's see, just to make sure, we've got Nate, Vincenzo.
Vincenzo, yeah.
Vincenzo, nice. Zoe.
And Greg.
And Greg?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so I'll pass it back to Ryan so he can start with the first item.
All right, item number 1, clue number 1. Born July 3rd, 1962.
Zoe? Tom Cruise.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, these aren't even board game related.
No.
I thought it was board game related.
How can I get all of them related to board games?
I don't know.
The game, it's a game at a game convention.
Okay.
Item number 2, clue number 1. Some of the earliest versions were found in cigarette packs. That's appropriate.
Vincenzo. Trading cards.
Correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
There you go.
That was your answer.
It's gonna be one.
I'm glad you don't know. Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right, item number 3, clue 1. One of many units of measure. Number 2, expert claim that anything above 400 is indistinguishable. Clue 3, measures a square. Clue 4, measures fineness. Clue 5, used in regards to cotton linens such as bed sheets.
Vincenzo.
Oh, I didn't say my name.
Vincenzo.
He said his name.
Thread count.
Vincenzo said his name first.
Yes.
He did.
Yes.
Thread count.
Yes.
He didn't-
Correct.
Yeah, thread count.
All right, item number 4, clue number 1. Featured on season 3, episode 3 of Parks and Rec.
Classic.
Clue number 2, a deliberate method of communication. Clue number 3, the Voyager Golden Records are considered these.
Vincenzo. Time capsule.
Yeah.
Correct.
Got it.
On to item number 5, clue number 1, born May 24th, 1938. Clue number 2 is Canadian. Clue 3, actor, comedian, musician, and activist. Clue number 4, played a recurring role on That 70s Show.
Vincenzo. Tommy Chong.
Correct.
Yeah.
Also good, you know.
Item number 6, clue number 1, nicknamed the Georgia Peach. Clue number 2, spent 22 seasons with one team, including 6 as a player manager. Clue number 3, born in 1886. Clue number 4,
Vincenzo. Ty Cobb.
Oh,
correct.
yes.
Dominant. All right, we are halfway through the game. Vincenzo has 5, Zoe has 1. Still anybody's game, technically.
Okay, team. Team up now. Team up. Yeah. Group effort. Group effort.
Make him work for it. Item number 7, clue 1. A special case where 2 neighbors grow into a single conurbation.
Yes.
There's no way that word is appropriate.
It is. I checked. It's real.
Yeah, but is it appropriate?
It didn't block it on my safe search.
Clue number 2. They compete for prominence and are generally comparable in status and size. Clue number 3. Commonly on opposite sides of a river.
Vincenzo. Twin Cities.
Correct.
Oh my goodness! Yes.
I think it's over then,
I'm gonna talk to you later.
He did lock it up. Vincenzo will be the winner. Let's play it out.
Everybody on the board.
All right, item number 8. Played in the NFL from 1991 to 1996. Clue number 2. 6 feet 2 inches tall and 245 pounds.
Helpful.
The 1 6'2" football player. Okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. You don't know?
Yeah.
Clue number 3.
From his nose.
Former courtroom sketch artist in Flint, Michigan. Still don't know. Clue number 4. More notably, an actor and television show host.
It's Terry Crews.
Correct.
Oh, it's Ty's mom.
Ties possible.
Could be.
Yes.
Where's the
You gotta work now.
I know that. Not now.
All right, item number 9. There are 9 iterations. Number 2 usually precedes a massacre. Clue number 3 involves leather. Clue number 4 occurs in the American South.
Vincenzo. Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Oh,
The Texas Chainsaw, yes.
Texas Chainsaw.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. Precedes massacre.
That's not how I was thinking about it,
Yeah. No. Like,
Yeah.
which is probably good.
All right. That'll wrap it up for Vincenzo. But item number 10.
You get what you pay for.
We didn't pay anything for that.
Exactly.
Item number 1. The first word is sometimes boot. Clue number 2 can involve reporting. Clue number 3. Used to prepare for upcoming events. Clue number 4. Featured in movies such as Full Metal Jacket, Stripes, G.I. Jane, and Jarhead.
oh, Nate. Training camp.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I said my name.
All right, item 11, clue number 1. Born in 1926. Clue 2. Changes frequently. Clue number 3. Section 1 is related to individuals. Clue number 4. Section 11 is for corporations. Clue number 5. Complex set of laws.
Zoe?
Greg, come on.
Go ahead.
Greg, tax code.
Correct.
Yeah, hey! It's a walk-off!
Item number 12. Last one.
Got the
Clue
tap.
number 1. Happens in Kentucky, Maryland, and New York every year.
Nate. Triple Crown.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Very good information.
If there was a tie,
Wasn't there a time?
not for first.
Vincenzo.
$20.
Congratulations.
James by James.
Also, courtesy by Games by James for the the other volunteers, and then anyone else that wants one. There's a $10 off, $20, $50 or more purchases at Games by James coupons on the table back there. So definitely, if you ever go to the store, it's a good,
Still 20% off.
yeah, it's 20% off basically because most games, as we know.
Take that, you got $30 off if you go here.
Yeah, there you go. So thanks guys again. I really appreciate your willingness to participate. So with that said, we'll move in kind of to the next final segment essentially of the show, which is just what have we been doing at this convention so far, or plan to be doing, I should say, as well. And for that, we'll start with John. What?
All right.
You don't know what you've been doing?
Yeah, so, first Con North for me, so this has been pretty entertaining. Also my first time trying to actually GM a game and teach people how to play a game I hold dear to my heart, which was Dune Imperium with the Rise of X expansion. Very important to note that, because it makes the game so much better. I also got the chance to play War Room with Nick last night. That was a big game, a little undaunting at first, but actually really enjoyed it. So glad we got that to the table finally and got to play almost through a whole game. And then today was more Dune Imperium and playing in the Soulforge sealed events, one of which was a storyline event, which is really cool because what you do in the game shapes the lore of the game and potentially future stuff in the card game. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Yeah, and I've been hosting 2 games this convention. Broom service was last night, and then Brass Birmingham is still going on in the back. Hey! 5 hours later. But it's my favorite game of all time, spoilers, for any of you who watch our top 50 list. But yeah, Broom Service, I'll go over that real quick. If you haven't heard of that game, it is one of Alexander Pfister's lesser known games. He's more known for like Great Western Trail and Blackout Hong Kong and Maracaibo, other big games like that. But Broom Service is more of just, everybody starts off with, what?
Lesser well known, isn't it? Number one.
Brass is number one on BGG, but Broom Service is lesser known. Yeah.
Sorry.
Broom Service is a lot of fun. Had a ton of fun with that last night. Everybody has the same hand of 10 cards at the beginning of every round, and then you are choosing to keep 4 of those cards to do actions with. And it's a lot of bluffing and some, almost like a trick-taking type mechanism to it, to where if you play a card of a certain action or a certain color, people have to follow suit in that. And whether or not you're taking the brave action on the card, which gets you something really powerful on the card, or whether you're taking the cowardly action on that same card really matters, because if you're going after the brave action on the card and somebody else were to then play that same color card down and take the brave action, they completely steal that from you. And we just had a ton of fun playing that, just trying to outguess your opponents, so a ton of fun. Brass Birmingham going on in the back there is, like I said, my favorite game of all time. Really heavy Euro Martin Wallace game, economic, and yeah, if you haven't heard of it, definitely check it out if you're into heavy Euros. Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
And like John said, I've been running SoulForge all weekend. There's been Learn to Plays. We did a free sealed event, so anybody who signs up is getting free product. And the storyline as well. They like to do storyline events, Stoneblade does, at all major conventions. And we've got a big storyline in set 3 pre-release going on at the end of April 27th and 28th. So if you're interested, please let me know, because I want to get more people, especially more local people, playing this game. It's really fun, easy to learn. It's dropping on Steam, I think, in about a month, so you can be playing it on your computer as well. I really like this game and the community it builds, so every opportunity I get to be playing SoulForge or introducing other people to it, I absolutely love it. So it's led to some really great opportunities for me and a lot of really great connections, so I just want to keep sharing that with people.
All right, so as John already mentioned, he and I played the game War Room up there in the upper left corner, and yeah, that was a really cool experience. We played a scenario that was more streamlined than the global scenario. We were only playing the Africa theater because we only had 4 players, but definitely is a really cool experience. Definitely also a game that you probably are only going to be playing at a convention, since it's going to take 6+ hours to finish, but really cool game. Then in the upper right, that's going to be something I'll be doing tomorrow. Rome Total War was originally a PC game from 2004. Now it's going to be made into a board game. There was a Kickstarter project that was funded a couple of years ago. Still in development. Hopefully we'll be fulfilling the backers later this year, but the designer named Simon Hall provided me a prototype copy of the game several months ago, so I decided I'd bring it here to the convention to show off and play with some lucky attendees tomorrow. And also we'll try to live stream it so Simon from the UK can watch us play his creation. And then in the bottom is a giant version of Memoir 44. So earlier I was talking about B-17 Queen of the Skies getting me into the hobby and also getting me into wargaming. My favorite wargame really is Tide of Iron, which is a little more detailed and has a little more complexity than Memoir 44. However, I do appreciate how inviting Memoir 44 is as a wargame, and also the fact that you can do cool things like this type of scenario, which I think is being run by the Twin Cities Ameritrash group here at the Con of the North convention, and they actually line up 6 boards very similar to this picture, so you have this huge, I think it's 6 players versus 6 players game of Memoir 44. So look forward to that. And Ryan.
Yeah, I mentioned this a bit earlier, but I did Lord of the Rings and Guards of Atlantis 2. Both fairly new games to me, but I love them dearly. They're a lot of fun to play, fun to teach. Everyone had a great time, I hope. Got good feedback on it. Played Terraforming Mars once, that was good. That's pretty much what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for sitting through our live show here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Definitely something maybe we'll try again in the future. But with that said, of course, please follow us on all of our different media accounts, including YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and subscribe if you enjoy watching and listening to board gaming related content. So with that said, thanks so much for your time tonight, and hope you guys have a great rest of kind of the North. So thank you guys.
Thank you.